have been scrolling on social media just trying to find out what them folks have been up to and how we are responding to the heightened situation of the world. If it's not the war in Iran, Israel, USA, it is Ghana being the custodians of reparations. And I'm like, if we do some investigation, yeah, Ghana is on the right path by asking for reparations for the transatlantic slave movement or slavery. Yes, that one I totally agree with their approach. But damn, Ghana, why y'all making it seem like some of y'all were not involved in selling these black people to them folks? Why we, I think Ghana just wants to have all that money to them for themselves. They're not representing any African country except for themselves, but that's a conversation that we're gonna have another time. But I strongly believe that when they say we are doing it for Africa, no, they're actually doing it for themselves. I mean, we have seen how the African governance is structured, actually, every man for himself. So there's no way Ghana will allow themselves to share this money that they fought for and went to hell and back with the UN, and some even rejecting this proposal or this amendment. Countries like Israel, USA, Argentina, the usual, So Ghana's not going to give everybody a cent. Best believe. And on top of that, they are signing military security deals with the European Union. Like, it's a lot happening with Ghana, but it's fine. It's fine. Still on the issue of Ghana, by the way, I saw a video of this white couple or a white man or woman. I'm not too sure. You know how white people, we can't even tell if it's a man or a woman. But anyway, they were visiting Ghana. And right there and there, the Ghanaians decided to bestow on them the kingship title. They literally hailed these white tourists their king, and they gave them a coronation right there and then. I'm like, whoa, wow. We love Europeans. We do love Europeans in West Africa, don't we? Anyway, check out this clip.
One man picking. One man picking, they see something. So much. One man picking cry. I know the last comment of it. I know the last comment of it. I know before. Now, we see people want me poor man picking, they cry. But God no go allow us to cry that type of cry.
Wow. And I heard another conversation from somebody else. I can't find the video where they're like, we prefer being in Africa. This is a white woman, by the way, a white old lady. She was like, we prefer being in Africa than in Europe because in Africa, our privileges are maximized. We get anything and everything, and our living conditions are so much better than where we are in Europe. Of course. I mean, Europe is a white people's continent. Why would they worship another person that looks like, So it's best you come to the stupid countries of South Africa, i.e. Kenya, Nigeria, Ghana, the usual, It's fine. It's fine. They will treat you like kings because they seriously lack self-esteem. They can't imagine their lives and their position without white people. So much so that they're projecting on South Africans. They go as far as saying South Africa will not be what it is today if it wasn't to the proximity of white people. If it went for the white people, South Africa wouldn't be hailed as the African superpower. If it went for white people, black South Africans would be nothing. They will live like Zimbabweans and they will migrate. They think they are better than us. Blah, 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 blah. These are talks from Kenyans, Nigerians mostly, and some Ghanaians. I have been hearing these kind of conversations that South Africans are who they are because of their proximity to whiteness. But it's funny because they migrate from wherever country they're from to enjoy the very same benefit that the white people give us. So I guess we all stooges of white people. I guess we are all the puppets of white people. But yeah, white people in Europe are like, nah, we prefer being in Africa. That is where our privileges are maximized. The government loves us to bit. The government advocates for us. We get better housing, better education, better healthcare, anything that you can think of. We live like kings. And I mean, Ghana has showed us that European whites are the kings. If you can coronate them right there on the spot, you might as well give them your whole country. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't mean to be spicy, but I'm just saying your proximity to whiteness has really revealed what you truly are. And no wonder a lot of white people, especially the Boers that migrated from South Africa to the United States under the false pretense of the white genocide, are rushing back home because they know that white Americans don't rate them for anything. They're finding out the hard way that European whites are built different. They have no place for racism. As much as it's not overt, they try by all means to not participate in racist events. You know? So that's why there was not even a lot of white support, white European support for the white genocide claim. Only the United States was twerking for the Boers. But the Europeans and other people, they've condemned it, actually. Weird enough, Belgium is one of the countries that condemned this white genocide. Russia as well. So yeah, no wonder they're coming back, because they're finding out the hard way that there is no place like South Africa. There is no place like Africa where the government will let you get off after the brutal crimes against humanity that you and your forefathers have created and still continue to benefit even today. You get my point, right, ladies and gentlemen? So that's why they're coming back, because ain't no place like South Africa where the ANC will betray its own black people, push them below the poverty line for your comfort. You understand? Do we understand? They're finding out the hard way. So that's why they prefer being here. They prefer being here because they know that their little lap dogs, their little African black lap dogs, will lick them from head to toe and worship them. They know that. They know that. And now I'm starting to understand why black Americans are not really fond of Africans, hey? Because Africans, they migrate to countries like the United States, you know? They get there with their white worshipping mentality. They get there, and then the whites of America, the whites of that country, will praise them and applaud them. For what? For being good lap dogs, for being good little puppets. They get praised for that, and then they push black Americans out. That's why black Americans have a problem with Africans, because you come here with your dog mentality. You come there with your raccoon mentality. You come here with your white worshipping mentality. You come there with your Jew worshipping mentality. And then they applaud you for it. The whites there, they love it when they are being worshipped. They applaud you for it. And they put you higher than the black Americans. And suddenly you think you're better than black Americans. You brag in their faces like, yeah, we are Africans. We came here 3 years ago, but we getting better healthcare. We getting better education. We work hard. We own businesses. What have black Americans been doing all along? And you guys are born here. No. You are where you are because of worshipping and enabling racism, worshipping the institutions that oppress the black Americans. And then you are lifted high and you think that is all your hard work? Shut up. What do you think about this segment? Comment to us in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and share the broadcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss these groundbreaking conversations right here on the African Diaspora News Channel. Oh, family, you know that I have my own YouTube channel. It's called The Native Talk. The link is in the description box below. So click on that link, subscribe to The Native Talk, and I'll see you on the flip side.